Alexa, play some music.
Here's a mix for you on Amazon Music.
I'm just now getting home, period. I'll probably work on it on Monday after our meetings, period. If you have some time after lunch, let's go over and prepare for the next get together, period. Also, I need to ask you about the Marriott hotel job, period. If you have some time to discuss that on Monday as well. Looks like we're rolling solo tonight. Or duo. Alexa, turn down one. Alexa, stop. What's up, buddy? Meant to call you earlier. I saw your email this morning before I left for Bowling Green, and I was going to give you a call while I was on the road, but everyone and their mother called me, so. Oh, you need a quote for some access and some intercom stuff? Yeah. I barely looked at it, and I mean, if it's I don't know how many doors it is or anything, but I'll get it taken off. And I forgot you had won that job. I don't think I bid it. Oh, you didn't. Who? How'd you get it then? Oh, it was a premiere. That's hilarious because Premiere called me up and they're like, "Hey," I remember it now. They called me up and they're like, "Hey, we noticed that you're the preferred on the access control. Can you give me a price?" And I was like, "Yeah, just send over the drawings." And they never sent the drawings over. So well, that's good. They won it. They bid it and won it. Yeah. Um, yeah. Well, they don't pay their bills either. We had a long when they bid. I was told not to bid it with them. I mean it was going to be under $4,000 or $5,000. So I was like, yeah, we'll do it. Um, Not a problem, but they don't pay their bills, man. I was actually glad. I mean, when they ask for quotes and stuff, I try either I quote it big so that they can't win it, or something small like that. I don't mind, but I mean, you're a reputable individual, so I'll help you out. Yeah. Getting the band back together. We're gonna make tens of dollars. Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. Mm-mm. Yeah. 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 I gotta look at it because I think it's just from what I saw this morning. I think it's just one or two door stations for the intercom, and then a door of access control. I gotta dig into it and figure it out. Oh my god, man! I just had a conversation. That's why I didn't call you. I was so just I was pissed off today because Link Electric, they called me up and they're like, "Hey, why can't we get why is it taking you guys so long to get the cabling order for this other JCBS job?" And I'm like, "Man, you didn't turn in the submittals. We had a file a letter of delay against them because we we got this job in January. They didn't give me a PO until late March, and then we sent them submittals, and they didn't. What happened was they lost the PM. He quit, and he just dropped the ball and didn't turn the submittals over to the GC or the whomever. And we're like, we can't order parts until you guys, the engineers, say they're good. And they literally turned them in last week, and he's calling me up saying, where are these parts and when can we get them? I'm like, we told you there's like an 8-week lead time on some of this stuff. That is it. The first phase of this project is due to be complete July 29th. So that's sorry. That's for Atkinson to JCBS. Breckenridge County, they haven't given us a labor PO for it, and I'm like, I'm not doing any work on it until you give me a labor PO. So I was talking to the owner. I don't know if you ever met Ricky George. He's a nice guy. Um, yeah, he's interesting for sure. But yeah, he's I like him. He offered me a job like a couple times, and he got mad when I didn't take the job. But I'm like, I don't want to drive all the way to like West Louisville, past West Louisville. I mean, I don't know what's further than West Louisville, East Louisville. But yeah, I'm like, I don't want to drive out there. I hate where our office is now. I don't want to drive that far. Um, yeah, no, no. Well, they've been dragging their feet, and they have a project manager who's working on the job who doesn't. He's a little in over his head. So, and I told him like, hey, we do these schools in our sleep. You're in good hands. We just need you to like, you know, do some simple things. Just get out of our way, basically. So, um, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, let them know, man, that low voltage people we're trying to get them. We're trying to save their asses, right? We're just like we went ahead and did the submittals because we're like Breckenridge County is a customer of ours, right? I don't want to hinder them or piss them off anymore. Yeah. Well, what pissed me off was originally I lost the job. I don't know if I told you about that or not. I lost the job And then I called up Ricky. I was like, hey, there's no way you guys can do the intercom because I'm the only one in Kentucky that can do that intercom, that telecore intercom. I was like, so whoever you got your pricing from, they're gonna have to come to us. And when they come to us, I'm gonna charge them, an arm and leg for it. And so then they changed their mind. They're a big union shop, so they were like, listen, we need to do this completely parts and smarts. It went from a $2.5 million job to I think it's like $900,000 job. It's all parts and smarts too. Yeah. See, the problem is he's the president of the union here in Louisville, and they are so scared. And I was like, I'm telling you right now, every time we deal with with union guys, they think they can do AV, they think they can do intercom, they think it. I mean, most of it's wiring. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you guys can do data cabling, but we've had to go back and they did a fire job for us. Actually, AES did a fire job for us, and we had to go back and redo all the wiring because they wired it backwards. And so it's been a pain in the ass, but oh yeah, I know. And I remember, I remember, I remember when it was announced. I was just like, "Good Lord." Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, like I said, I like those guys individually over there, but it's a shit show over there for sure. Yeah, that's this Caleb guy. The dude's been on vacation for like 3 weeks in the last 2 months. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Well. Oh, 100%. 100%. Because everybody else was at that, I think it was, I think they were 9 million and the closest next one was 10 million, whatever. Something like that along those lines. And the second and third, and maybe the fourth place bidders, they were all right there, couple tens of $1,000s off. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Well, shit. Be ready. I mean, I got a full turn. That's the other thing that pissed me off. So they wanted to go parts and smarts after I did a turnkey job, and then he's like, it has to be absolutely parts and smarts. So I made a mistake. I didn't copy the job. I basically changed the labor on this one job and forgot all my turnkey hours. So later on, he called me up. He's like, "Hey, can you give me a turnkey price?" So I had to go through and do the entire job over again, and that was a kick in the stomach. And then he comes back and says, "Well, we can't do it now because they're not gonna let me do the turnkey." And the problem with turnkey is we end up doing more than just parts and smarts, which is it's a pain in the ass, but whatever. Wasn't paying attention. I mean, what it was, state not state like Delta. They work with Delta a lot, and Delta. I was like, send me the quote. I'll tell you exactly, where their deficiencies are. So he sent me the quote, and I'm like, here, it's right here. They don't have anything listed as intercom. They just had a price. I think it was like $500,000 or something like that. It was yeah, but oh well. Anyway, well, give me some time to dive into this on Monday. I'm gonna get my team to look at it thoroughly, make sure I don't miss anything because I got I'll get a price to you. It won't be. I mean, if it's what I think it is, I think you're looking at it four like $4 grand for the door, and then a couple grand for the things. I mean, it may be under 10 grand. I mean, if it's just one door or one intercom, it should be under 10 grand. Well under that. So No, no, yeah. No, no. This is the thing. I did give him a price. Let me back up. He had my number, but Delta's number was so low, and I think Delta's. Oh yeah, right, right. Oh yeah, right, right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, when they called me up, they were like, "Hey, this shouldn't be that much. Throw me a number." And I'm like, "We don't want to." I mean, they we had a small job with them, like probably 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and it took them 2 years to pay us. And this is 2 years after the job was complete. I ended up losing one in that job just because it took so long to collect. Oh well, lessons learned, I guess. What else you got working on? Yeah, it's the bid work is dried up. It's I mean, I have some JCPS jobs that are going through right now. I just did a Marriott hotel. Like they're doing a JW Marriott here in Louisville, and it was a budgetary price for 3.5 million. I'd like to get that one, but that job was screwed up too. These engineers, man, there's rooms on this hotel that have speakers in them, but no head end equipment, no input devices or anything. So and we're like, all right, well, you guys get the top of the line stuff for your budget. So no, no, it's just this is like a not a pre bid. This is a budgetary number so they can kind of figure out what they need to do. I told my guy, I was like, this my budgetary numbers are probably marked up 25% more on top of what it would normally be. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, let me get to work on this. I'll reach out to you on Monday, get your pricing. All right, man. Have a good weekend. See you. Tiff, are you there? Sorry about that. I'm trying to, end of the day, hop on the stream, look at some stuff, and people, call me for work. Hey, yesterday I realized, and probably the last 2 days, I keep calling you Tiff Follow with an L, but I didn't see that it's an F. So is it Tiff Fafa or Tiff Fafa? Or can I just call you, is it Tiffany? Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. That is the one thing I hate doing in my house. I will do baseboards. I will wash the floors. All right, I'll call you Tiff. Great. Um, I hate doing dishes. I mean, my wife gets so mad at me because I will put I'd rather just wipe a fork or a bowl down and put it back up. If I can't do dishes. I don't like touching dirty dishes, even when it's my family and my kids. Like I said, I'd rather crawl through the mud underneath my house than put away dishes. Yeah, our dishwasher it stinks. It just randomly stinks sometimes. So no, I was at a customer's. That's why I jumped on because I wanted to see. I was at a customer's site today, and I've they're directors of IT, so they're kind of you know they're all big gamers and whatnot, and I'm like, all right, talking to them about my stream, and we were talking. And I was like, yeah, I want you guys to follow me, so they all started following me while we were at lunch today, and I got to thinking about it. I was like, man, there's certain groups of people. I think we were talking about this the other night. Certain group of people who I don't want to get involved with my stream, but those guys I like. And we were talking about um, how people are more real with their gaming buddies and their gaming friends than they are obviously with people at work, family sometimes, and I like Dave. I mean, this guy before we started streaming, we talk about everything. He knows everything about my wife, my kids, you know, and yeah, it's such a. I was being kind of retrospective today as I was driving back, because it's like a 2 hour drive. But I'm like, my gaming friends know more about like my just mental health, my my state of mind, my thoughts, my everything more than Gosh, I don't talk to my mom like this anymore. I mean, we're close, but I don't talk to cousins or aunts, uncles. My kids definitely. Yeah, I mean, I so my first marriage, I was married for 7 years, and we were married 5 years too long. But when my oldest son Rex was born, I would come home, I would play with him, we'd have dinner, we'd put him to bed, and as soon as he went to bed, we had nothing to do with each other. I'd go downstairs and I live. Skyrim basically got me through 5 years of my first marriage, and you know that whole community. I mean, I was um, this was before they. I was basically doing game chat while he and I were both playing Skyrim separately. So I don't know if you, my friends Curtains and Franz. Yeah, I've been playing. So Curtains and I have been friends since the seventh grade. We've been playing. We go back to old school playing NES. Spending the night at each other's house, going to the video store and renting games and playing those games. And of course, Franz is his brother-in-law. So we've been playing video games for almost 25 years. Well, the three of us have, and gosh, Paul and I have been playing video games for almost 30 years. Oh yeah. Well, we were talking about today with my customers. One of the guys brought up a good point. I was saying how much I enjoy gaming, but then having the community, in the chat. And he made a good point. It's like the old days when you were around a TV and you had 2 or 4 controllers, but you had 6 friends, you know, in your basement. So you had those guys that were kind of engaging and interacting, and it's just I don't know. I've been really really excited. I probably gush about it too much. Just been really excited about this new era of my gaming. Just having some people to interact with. But I will say tonight when we get on, I have some buddies of mine who absolutely just they are exhausting. Just some of the shtick that I have to hear over and over and over. And but whatever, it's worth it. We've made yeah, we've made in this last 3 weeks, gosh, probably like 7 new PUBG friends. So we have a good group of players. Dave and I have been looking for 2 more players because we play these games, and a lot of nights we're playing against squads, and it's just the two of us. So he and I would start playing with randoms, and we would like the randoms, and he and I were like 2 schoolgirls, like, oh, do they like me? Are they gonna should we ask them out or ask them to be our friends? It is addicting. I mean, it's one of those games that after 9 years, I still have that rush of like there's 10 people or less in the game. It's you against one other team, and it's still such a rush. And I wish I would have streamed, gosh, 9 years ago, because we have so many great memories playing this game. And just oh, I mean, yeah, that's if you can navigate Call of Duty, this is it's not as fast paced. There's I mean you're I mean Call of Duty I'm surprised as a guy who has epilepsy. I'm surprised it didn't give me a seizure, because it is this constantly. And I feel like PUBG is, I mean, it has its moments where it's action packed, fast paced, but it is a strategic, take your time, be careful. Yeah, it's good. So, but I'm glad you're playing it. We definitely need to, I'd love to get to one of our games, and we can chat it up. And Yeah, people have different styles. Like I've gone from more of the AR games, like the guns, like the M4. You can't see my light here. I muted myself when I tap my screen. I mute it. That's what I get for having a fancy mic. Do you ever watch those TikTok videos of that one girl who can read lips and she reads all the celebrity um, mouth? She reads all the she reads the lips of all the celebrities when they're like at a party or whatever. She's awesome. I wish that she would do that for every interaction because she's great and she's so good at it too. She's so good. I'm terrible. Me and my wife, when we would go to like dinner or something, or we were trying to whisper to each other, she could be saying something like "I love you." I'm like, "What'd you say about what?" Yeah, I'm so bad at it. I'm horrible at it. So Tiff, are you do you know Ms. Money, or do you just randomly start following her, or I don't know if I asked you guys this or not. You're gonna realize my memory is terrible. So if we talked about it, I apologize. Yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, I've been playing it for 9 years, but since I've been watching Twitch this last 3 to 4 weeks, I've seen how other people play the game. I've seen how they use different strategies and how it's been real helpful. I mean, even with someone who's played the game for so long, it's been real helpful. I mean, I hate that my group. I love that Ms. Money. She plays ranked all the time, and there's more. That's more of a high staked um, gameplay, and we would play it more, but it's more toxic. Like she was saying the other night, it's more toxic because you'll see a change in our attitudes between me and Dave and our other squad because we start bumping heads and we get a little accusatory and I love Dave. He's like a brother to me. He's like one of my best friends. But sometimes, whew, he and I go at it, and it used to be a lot more. Now I think we've kind of kissed and made up, but we would go at it like brothers and sisters. That's why I like playing the casuals, but just regulars is fun. Oh yeah, people are assholes. I mean, yeah, we have a so we would have problems with people talking over each other. So we would yell comms now. So comms is hey, be quiet. I can't. Somebody's creeping up on me, or I need to hear something. But sometimes it's some of our teammates kind of yell comms a little aggressively more than they should. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that should be like the international word for, hey, please be quiet. I'm trying to hear this guy before he shoots me in the face. Oh, team kill. I'll tell you a funny team killing story. I was playing in a. This is like 4 years ago. I was playing with two guys from Pittsburgh, and we were playing. I was like, where you at in Pittsburgh? And he said, I forget the name of his town, and his name was like, it's a very unique name, and it was like, no, I think his name was like Mike, but then it was tennis. That was his gamer name, and anyway, he started using. We were playing. He team kills me. He starts using racial slurs, and just being a total asshole. And I sent him a message, and cause I looked him up on Google because I knew he lived in a small town in Pittsburgh, and I looked up Mike Tennis or whatever his name was, and he doesn't know me, right? I didn't have a camera on, so I said, "Are you Mike Tennis that lives at like 401 Moser Road in BFE PA?" Dead silence. I mean, you know, had to be a little creepy, but I hate the toxicity. Right? Exactly. I was reading somebody. I was watching a TikTok actually as I was driving up, and just today, and someone brought up a really cool point. Like you have like these trolls in chat rooms and in comment sections. Someone said, "What's the opposite? Have you witnessed the opposite of toxic trolling? Like when people are just like overly friendly, like friendly trolling." And that's something I think I'm gonna start doing. I'm just randomly going in and just liking someone's content, or just giving some positive feedback, because you see people on like TikTok, and you could tell that I'm gonna say this in a nice way. Maybe they're a little off, and maybe they're just they need your comment would mean a lot for them to them, right? So I want to start doing that. I'm gonna just when I'm on my when I'm on my phone or whatever, I'm gonna try to make a conscious effort to go in and say something nice about the content, whatever. Have you been following all the fun stuff that's happening with the World Cup? I don't watch soccer, but I've been watching the videos of the people from Europe coming over and saying, "Oh my God, America's great." You know, America is like, the people are nice, the food is great, the culture is cool. It's really like, I mean, it was. I was watching these videos, and it's super uplifting, and I thought, man, that's good to hear, because I'm kind of a defeated American sometimes with politics and things, and it's just like, God, the world hates us. But seeing like the people from Japan and Europe come over and just lose their mind with excitement, it's been really cool. I really wish I would have. Oh, I hope it's a good commercial. Nice. I have the ability to, like, I think, to run a commercial, but I was I don't like the commercials. It's especially when you're watching a game or when you're communicating with somebody, it's you miss out on something great. No, what I was did you hear what I was saying about the World Cup and everything? Um, how cool it's been that everyone's coming from all over the world and they're loving America with like the food and everything. It's been really uplifting, very cool. It's real cool to see. I've been following a lot of people, you know, just doing the entire tour of you know United States. I agree. I mean, I feel like if Americans would stop hating each other, and like I know that when I see somebody from like visiting from out of the country, and I can either recognize them via their accent or whatever, or just via conversation, I realize that I'm much nicer to those people, especially when people come to Louisville because so we have the Kentucky Derby, and it's one of my favorite holidays. I mean, I'm like the Derby mayor. I go to all the events. I go to I'm at the track from Tuesday through Saturday, and I love walking around. I pass out. It's funny. I pass out. I have a 3D printer. So during Derby that happens in May, I walk around and I pass out these little gold horseshoes to people. Oh, yes, it's a total holiday, but I pass out these gold horseshoes because they're great conversation starters. And you get to, my point is, I would start talking to people, and I've realized that people who are out of town or definitely from a different country, I'm considerably nicer to them than I would be just some random person that lived down the road. And definitely, with politics, yeah, everyone is so divided. But man, like, if we would treat our our neighbors here like we treat overseas neighbors, it would be so great. But um, I love the Derby, and you know why they. So with a horseshoe, you know what they say? You have to when you mount a horseshoe like above the door for good luck, that you mount it this way and not this way. The reason you mount it this way, if you don't know, it holds the luck. Right, right. It catches the luck, holds the luck. So we have a couple of these around our house. But yeah, I pass these around. I'll carry like I printed off, gosh, probably 100 of them this past Derby, and would walk around just hand them out randomly. But yeah, the Derby's awesome. There's no other event like it. A lot of pomp and circumstance. Everyone dresses up, and a lot of it. I joke because so I'm in sales, and I that's the end of my drinking season. I, I start in March because March we have this huge trade show that my company is involved in, and we're hosting events. We it's hosting happy hours, and then we go to this other huge trade show, and I'm doing the same, hosting events, being hosted, doing all these things, and then you have Derby. So Derby is filled with more events, uh, a lot of golf outings, just a lot of drinking. And then it ends with Derby, and that's 5 days of nonstop drinking. And after that, my liver has to heal, so I don't drink as much throughout the year as I do around that time. But it's always a good time. I love hosting, especially like customers and whatnot. What did you say that you do as a career? You say I think you work from home, right? I forget what it is that you do for a living. Oh, photography, awesome. I don't think I knew that because yeah, that's such a I love photography. I'm not good at it, but I love photography. Do you do like oh, okay, okay. Um Yeah, it's such a great. I love a good. Okay, so the boudoir photos. So I have a buddy of mine who does that here in Louisville, and it's so cool. It is so cool. Um, I had a girlfriend do that for me like years ago, and it was like one of my favorite gifts ever. I mean, it was one of those. It was it was one of the most intimate. Um, it's one of the sexiest thing you can give as a gift, and yeah, it's great, and I love it when there is a someone who is a little curvier, a little bit like they get out of their comfort zone and they do this, and that's a testament to the photographer too. I mean, he's so this guy Jake, he's just such a down to earth, cool dude, and he has an assistant, a female assistant who like helps with makeup and hair and stuff, and she's always there. But I think that's one of the coolest uh, things to do. It's of course, I mean, who doesn't like that type of a boudoir? Is it is it yeah boudoir? No, Bordeaux. I don't think I'm saying it right, but yeah, it's super super cool. It's funny. I think about you're talking about yeah, right. You absolutely. I mean, the I could just imagine the consult, of introducing yourself to someone, and I mean the level of trust because I mean this guy and you as well. I mean you have a just a database filled with these photos, right? And I mean um yeah, again I'm so impressed by that stuff. It's such a neat experience and like um, my actually I've had a couple friends of mine who've done it as well for their husbands and I I don't know if I've ever mentioned my book club is nothing but it's me and five other females and they're all like friends from like for the last 20 years. Like one of them's my sister-in-law who was my best friend prior to being my sister-in-law. And like three other of my best friends and like one of the girls, I actually let's see, I think I have a picture of those guys. Um, I actually, I dated for a while, but it's just we get together. We don't read books. We actually we just get together. We go to fancy restaurants, and let's see here. I'll show you. Okay, this is. Let me show you this photograph here. Okay, so this is our Christmas party every year. So this is my. She did a photo shoot, and she's just like one of my best friends. But like, so I dressed up like that is that's our Christmas party, right? So we do this gift exchange, and it's just nothing but cocktails, whatever. It's pajamas, right? So I dressed up as Ralphie from a Christmas Story, which is one of my favorite one of my favorite movies. But let's see, I'm trying to find one. So yeah, anyway, we get together and let's see. This is what we do. We get together and all we do is drink. That's me 20 pounds heavier too, by the way. But yeah, this is just our little get together, and I have a and my wife's super cool about it too. I mean, she's a little jealous, but she knows that. Let's see here. Yeah, she knows that these are all just old friends. Friends from gosh, 20 some odd years ago, and yeah, so it's fun. Oh, it has been. I hate. I used to be this guy when I did keto like back in 2019. I lost 65 pounds, and then 9 or 9/11 COVID COVID happened, and I gained it all back because everyone thought they were going to die during COVID. So I was like, you know what? If I'm going down, I'm taking these Oreos with me. So I gained all that weight back, and I just started doing a GLP-1 like a month ago, and I've lost about 21 pounds, and I still, I mean, yeah, the Oreos. Did you ever read that how they were as addictive as cocaine? And I was like, I mean, I love a good Oreo, and I would think that eating the thin ones would make a little bit healthier. Yeah, it is. It's super addicting. They've actually come out and they've started to do studies on like the GLP-1s. Food is an addiction, and they're using the GLP-1s for addiction for like drugs. Me too. I'm a huge snack addict. Drugs and you know just other addictions, whatever. So, which is super cool. I'm old enough that in 20 years when they discover that the GLP-1s were giving everyone cancer, I'll probably just be ready, 2 feet in the grave anyway. Let me take this call real quick. Hello, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Long day, but I'm good.
Same, bro. Same.
Same, bro. You on your way home? I'm what? Sure.
I don't really got everything for it, so
That's fine.
or just
That's fine. I'll just wait till you get here. I'm avoiding the girls upstairs. So, but Miranda, I asked him how the day went. Miranda was like, "It's great." And then I asked Lucrezia how her day was. She goes, "It was amazing. I've never seen them so good." So yeah, maybe that'll rub off on her. Who knows?
yeah. But I mean, like the kids know when they're liked and when they're not.
Yeah.
They know.
No, I agree.
Evie especially knows. I mean, I've never seen Evie be so affectionate with anyone.
Right. I mean,
I
it's
think,
good.
yeah. I mean, I think that she's been craving like someone she can relate to.
No, I agree.
So I don't know. What if there's any way to get Miranda in sooner than later?
True. That'd be good. That'd be good.
Like we can get a house cleaner
Yeah. Right.
and not have our kids in conflict all the time would be wonderful.
I agree. I mean, I agree.
Have you looked at the weather for tomorrow?
Yeah, it's supposed to rain. Why?
All day?
Yeah.
Says it's gonna be supposed to kind of.
I thought it'd be cool to bring out the big screen with a projector and do a movie out there for them, but the bug's probably too bad since it's rained.
Yeah.
But all right, well, where are you right now?
Just on Evergreen.
Oh,
Upstairs right now.
oh, okay. Well, Rex actually did a good job cleaning his room, so it's not gonna be too hard. I just gotta deodorize it.
Yeah. Not in the bathroom. I went and cleaned it again.
I think we need to redo those rugs because they kind of stinky. I think we need to just dry them in the
He
dryer.
took me at work and he's like, can you help me? And I was like, where are you? He's like, I'm at home. Why? I was like, what do you need help with? He's like, oh yeah, I had to go out and the laundry's not done. Can you make sure it gets dried? Like, okay.
No, you mean you're gonna go out and hang out with somebody, and you're not gonna do your. Yeah, he was still doing his laundry when he got home, so he got all him and his mom were fighting, so he was cursing and yelling and stuff. And I'm like, calm down. I'm not mad at you. Chill out. You know, he's basically complaining that she doesn't clean the house while he's gone. You know, all this, all the normal stuff. I was like, well, do you want me to talk to her? Because I'll talk to her for you. And he's like, no, I don't want to talk to her because I got to deal with her for the week on vacation. So, like, all right, well,
Sounds like we're all on the same page then.
yeah, right. I did send her a message today. It's funny. I was just had some time to think about it, and I was like, hey, by the way, just FYI, I don't know. We haven't discussed this, but you know, Rex is gonna be 18 in January, and the divorce papers say I'm responsible for paying you child support until you know he turns 18 or till his last day of high school. So I just want to let you know that when he graduates, I'm going to stop paying you child support. I did the numbers, and it's like by the time next May rolls around, it would have been $108,000 I've paid her over the last 15 years.
Say that again.
108,000, yeah. Ki-
A lot more than that for most of
Yeah, right, right,
But I mean, she's supposed to be paying the same amount, so
right,
I still think I mean, if you have them half and half, you're really not.
right.
I don't
But
think
again,
about trading off.
I don't want to. You know, I mean, again, she would never take me to court because she can't afford it. But if she found out how much more I'm making now than I was 15 years ago, then you know it'd be probably more than that. So I'm happy. But I do want to. Next year I do want to have a party, and I was thinking that the theme should be 600, and we'll do you know the we'll do $600 in alcohol, then $600 in food, and that'd be the magic number.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to sending her an email saying, "Well, it's good knowing you. See you at the wedding."
It'll never be like that. You'll always be in each other's lives.
No, but
You were thinking about buying that house in Ingrid's already sold.
damn it.
But the one across the street's for sale now. Funny how the market's so much hotter in the summer.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's easier to move. Um. All right. Well, if you want me, why don't you I'm downstairs in the office doing some work, piddling around.
Work.
I'm.
Let me tell you real quick about Ben's appointment.
Oh, go ahead.
What the hell? The road closed. So we went and I was kind of being like unimpressed with her. I'm glad she's not our like main doctor. We have our main doctor, and then she's kind of like supplemental. So I told her we were not joining, but I would just pay her per session.
Who? Which doctor is this?
This is the cardiac pediatrician who specializes in obesity. Like, yeah, he's lost 9 pounds, so I didn't up the medicine. She's like, I agree. Um, she's like, as long as you don't have any substantial lifestyle changes, you're not starving him. And I was like, well, he's kind of starving himself for a few days. My back. And he's like, yeah,
So
Those are big difference.
I don't understand. Are you saying look for labels that say no added sugars, like as to buy them, or not to do that?
Exactly.
Okay,
Yes, to buy the ones that say no added sugar. So she's like, the fewer ingredients on something, the better. And but you also wanted to say no sugar added.
gotcha.